1, 2, 3, 4. Automated! 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 We gave you an ultimatum. We're pulling your estimation. But we had no cooperation.
Punk rock rules! Okay, this arrived today. You are listening to The Machines. This is from 1977. This is a compilation album. 19 essential punk rock blasts from England. Yep, 77 to 79. Bunch of singles from a bunch of very obscure punk bands. Machines, Valves, Excess Energy, Lucy, Art Attacks, Clips, 1988, Pseudo Existers, Blanks and Rivals. Several songs from each band, a couple only had one song. Things like Wax Records, Zoom Records, Lightning Records, Dead Good Records, Dork Records, Void Records. Yeah, so bootleg recording or record. I mean, no label information. Yeah, no serial numbers, no label on the record. Sound quality is actually pretty good. I mean, I guess they're probably taken straight off the after 45s. Surprisingly little surface noise actually. So I could be wrong on that one, but anyway, yeah, really good. Lots and lots of these compilations around, covering a lot of Europe, even the USA. I'm not sure if there's any for New Zealand, but anyway. So that arrived this morning from Discogs, and you know, I'm really into obscure compilation albums. This is another one that arrived from Discogs this week. Ecstasy by Current. This is the second volume. This is from a label called Schizophrenia in Germany from 1989. This is electronic, experimental, industrial music. Mainly, I would imagine that you would be quite familiar with it if you know a lot of the Throbbing Gristle studio albums. This reminds me a lot of Throbbing Gristle. Good album, I'm very impressed with it. This one here, another German album compilation from Dark Vinyl, and this is, I'm not sure the year on this one. Doesn't actually tell me on the back of it. Yeah, this is more ambient, experimental, droney sort of electronic music. Basically 3 longish tracks on each side. I don't like it as much as the previous album, but it is quite cool, and it's pretty obscure. I like it. That's what I'm into. And another compilation that's turned up, this one here, slightly related to the first one I showed you. This is from Canterbury in the UK, new music from 1980, from Criminal Records. Lots of post-punk weirdness. Yeah, it's all quite lo-fi, slightly amateurish, but once you get into it and hear them a few times, they grow on you, and there's some good, nice little numbers on here. Most of the bands I'd never heard of, or all of the bands I've never heard of. Longport Buzz, The Names, Red Roll On, the Fast Breeders, etc, etc. Yeah, pretty, I guess the sort of bands that probably only ever released like 145 or 245s. I mean, most of the guys have got 2 tracks on here. The album was actually recorded specifically songs were recorded specifically for this album and not taken off records, so maybe some of them actually never had any records out, because they actually were recorded at a mobile rig in February of 1980, over 2 days. So yeah, I like this. It's growing on me. Also from Discogs this week, or last week, this one here, out of Canada from 1976, I think it is, somewhere around there. Someone on Facebook had posted this album and had a video with it, and I actually had a listen to a couple of the songs on the video and was reasonably impressed, so I picked this up for like €6 plus postage, which I bought another record at the same time, which helped alleviate the cost of that. Hard rock, early metal, sort of precursor to Van Halen, if you're that sort of style of hard rock. So in town the other week, popped into the warehouse and picked up some new vinyl. Picked up this one. Now this is an old a reissue from God knows when. It doesn't actually tell me. Manufactured in Europe. This was an album I had back in the day when it first arrived on the scene. Found its way into my collection fairly quickly. So this is a repurchase of one that I haven't had on. I never really did get around to purchasing it on CD, so it's good to have it back in the collection. And this is another one of the same thing. Had an original copy back in the day. I had the first 3 albums, which was Kill 'Em All, which is their first album, and I think the third one, or this is the third one, or the next, in between this one and the first one. Is that called Ride the Lightning or something like that? It's got the blue cover. So I had all 3 of them. This one and the Lightning one, I never quite got into as much as the first album. The first album was so fast, speed metal, big time. This is a bit slower, but listening to it again, I mean, this sounds fantastic. It's a great, I don't know who's reissued it, to be honest. It's how official it is. It's again made in the Netherlands. It says blackened, so I don't know much about that as the reissue, but it sounds pretty good, and I'm enjoying it more than I did the first time round. The next one, we're all familiar with this man, Tom Waits. I don't have any of his albums until I picked up this one. I know some of his music from my, I don't know, hearing it around. How can you avoid it? He's been around and he's pretty well known and pretty well respected. This was a surprise, Closing Time, and I think this is his very first album, and it's from 1973. Yeah, his vocals are far more mellow than they are later on, so that was a bit of a shock to me. And there are some good jazzy pieces on here. I'm still absorbing that one, need to get into a bit more yet, so that's fine. Okay, box sets. This week we've had 2 major box sets arrive. So this one was brought to my attention as well on the Facebook page. Star Wars, the new limited edition. Well, this is what it's got. 11 pieces of vinyl in here, so there's 5 doubles and a single album, all of the soundtracks from parts 1 to 6 from the movies. It's all, I think it's got the original artwork. They're all they're all gatefold covers actually, all fold out with some fantastic photos, and some of the inserts that came with the original albums are in there, especially the first one. And the sound quality is just awesome, absolutely stunning. Sony Classical, so you would expect it to be. So yeah, I bought this online and it had to come all the way from England, and it cost me like $300. So it's not the cheapest. I reckon you really figure it out about $50 a record for a double vinyl. But actually, in saying that, that's not too bad. It's about what we can end up paying in the shops for some of the stuff. So really rapt to have that. Really impressed with the quality. Haven't actually got through all of it yet. And then the other one I was humming and hawing about, and then ended up taking the plunge when somebody posted that this was getting sold up in Auckland from a site for like at least $100 cheaper than the other sites that I'd been looking at. and they only charged me $1 to ship it down. So pick this up. You know, we've all seen this on countless times on the Facebook page, so I won't take it out and show it around, but this is really fantastic. I've had a listen to most of it now. There's still a couple I haven't, but the sound quality, did a comparison to some couple of early release issues that I had of some of the records that are in here that I've actually got already, just to see if the quality was still the same. I picked up a New Zealand original issue of the reissue of the first album, which came out again as Space Oddity in 1973, I think it was. So I picked that up from a local fella, and it was in reasonably good condition, and I played that on the VPI here and was totally blown away by the quality of it. And this here matches it absolutely. It might even improve on it. Yeah, I'm just stunned. I mean, Hunky Dory, I was listening to it the other night, and it's just jaw-droppingly good quality, so it's just absolutely outstanding. All pop and rock music should be this oral quality, but anyway, highly recommend it, and I cannot wait till the next box set comes out, so looking forward to that, because yeah, I intend to get all of them on vinyl now. I've got most of them on CD up there, but you know, vinyl's better, much more fun. So that's my lot for this round. I've still got quite a few coming in the mail, which I'll be talking about in my next video, so hope you're all well, and look forward to seeing you on the net. Thank you.